Hi, my name is Ega and you're watching Talk Talk, my special place to talk about nothing, anything, and everything. Before we begin, just hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out my other videos. In today's episode, the topic I'm gonna talk about is Into the Wild. Well, what I mean here is literally the wild, the wilderness, or it can also be something that represents the wilderness for us. And why do we need to go into the wild? Well, historically speaking, the wise men, the shaman, or Genesis people, and also those amazing people, they often get inspiration, they often get insights when they are alone in the wilderness. And when they are in the wilderness, when they are connected with nature, they often get some kind of spiritually awakening, and it can be some insights, some inspirations or ideas, and that kind of awakening is really great that wilderness become like a sacred place for those people. And even for us, wilderness it has some kind of special meaning. So with that kind of example, with a lot of similar example like that, we can say that we can also get great insights, great inspirations and ideas whenever we are in the wilderness, when we go into the wild and we're connected with nature. There are a lot of insight and inspirations in that kind of place, but in this kind of age, we don't really need to be alone in that process. And it doesn't have to be in the middle of the jungle or some extreme places as well. We don't really need to go that far to get insights and inspirations that we need. But I just have to remind you here that there are a lot of enlightenment, a lot of inspirations and insights that we can get from the wilderness. But the enlightenment that I want to focus here in this video is about ourselves. The one about us as a person and what kind of person are you. That's the insight, that's the enlightenment that I want to talk about. So when we go into the wild, we left everything we know behind, and when we are out of our comfort zone and we push ourselves to the limit, that's when we can break out from our own self, and that's when we can get a glimpse of our essence, of our core. And that's essence, that core is our purest form, is that who we really are as a person. And that kind of glimpse is how we get to know ourselves better. And to push ourselves to the limit in this age, there are a lot of ways to do that. We can just go hiking, we can just go diving and climbing some mountains, climbing rocks, and a lot of extreme sports as well. But the point here is that we have to push ourselves to the limit. It doesn't really have to be extreme sport, but you need to push your limit. If you are used to climbing, if you are used to hiking, then perhaps small mountain won't be enough to challenge yourself. That's why, even though there are a lot of ways to challenge yourself, you just have to choose one that is the best way for you to push yourself to the limit. And that's how you can get a glimpse of yourself, of your own essence. And while you're challenging yourself and pushing yourself to the limit, there is one thing that you need to always have in mind. You need to be aware and conscious about your every little response. Those responses are the glimpse of your core right now. And by understanding your core, by understanding that responses, you can understand the unconscious choices and actions that you make in your daily life. And the more you understand your core and your current essence, you can take control of your life, because you can now understand why you choose and do specific things in your life. So if you go into the wild just to enjoy the view and to have fun with your friends, then perhaps you won't get any insights or new inspirations. But if you can focus your mind and observe yourself or the things that you want to understand, that's how you can get more insights and inspirations. And it is really easier for you to observe yourself, to understand yourself when you're in the wilderness, because that kind of environment is pushing yourself into the limit, is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and that's how you can get a glimpse of your real self. Let me share one of my experience. There was one time that I went hiking with my friends. That was my first serious hike. I used to hike at small hills before, but that was my first time for a mountain. And during the hike, I suddenly remembered that wilderness can help us to see and understand about ourselves. And once I thought about that, I just have one thing in my mind throughout the whole hike. I just want to understand, I just want to know what kind of person am I. I just want to understand, I just want to find that answer. And since it was my first hike, since I never seriously hiked before, I didn't know what to bring. So I asked my friends, I looked up some information, and that's how I brought a lot of stuff, too much stuff in fact. So because of the heavy bag, I got tired sooner, and it made it harder for me to continue because my bag was too heavy. And when I was about to give up, when I wanted to stop and I just couldn't take another step forward, I suddenly observed all of my actions, all of my response, my feelings at that time, and that's when I realized, when I understand some part of my core, and understanding what kind of person I am. At that time, there are a lot of insights that I get, but one thing that is really affecting me is this. When I was about to give up, I found that I don't really care about my friends. I don't really care about how I was about to left behind. I don't really care about how I have to catch up with them. I don't really care even if I was the last person. So I still have to thank my friends, some of my friends who are helping me along the way. Anyway, at that time, I found out that I don't really care about racing with someone, comparing myself with someone, with my friends. At that time, I only focus on the destinations, and the destinations is really what's kept me going. So after I realized that, in my daily life, I start to look for my destinations. I start to find my own pace. And I found out that since competitions with others and racing against time, they don't really motivate me. I found the importance of destinations for me. Since then, I start to look for my own destinations. I start to find the dream and the place that I want to be. That is my destinations. And whenever I found myself unmotivated, I try to find a new destinations, a new goal that can motivate me, a new destination that can motivate me again. And yeah, since then I I found out how important destinations for me, so I try to have a clear destinations in my life, and that's how I can keep moving forward. That is how I can motivate myself. So after watching this video, I just hope that you can do something that push yourself to the limit so you can see your own core, see your own essence. And after you realize, after you understand what is your essence, after you understand what is your core, I hope it can help you in your daily life. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this video. I hope you can go and find your own core. Okay, I will talk about more topic next time. You can always leave a comment if you have any suggestion about the topic you want me to talk about. Okay, so keep searching and finding the good in life, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!